Open the drawing software. OK. Let's say draw a square. Draw a square randomly. If we cut the square, this direction is the x-axis and this direction is the y-axis. Our machine tool here. This direction is the x-axis and this direction is the y-axis. No matter what software you use, just save the drawing. Save this graphic format. Yes. 2000DXF. Then name it yourself. Where do you want to save it? Usually we save it to the D drive of the computer, where there is a folder named 360, with a DEX file inside, and then save as type format as 2000DXF. Then I'll tell you to give it a name. Yes. After finishing, go to the assignment. Then open the cutting software. Then there is a file management. Find it. Open the file. Then in the D drive, look for the file we just saved in the Jinko 360 DEX folder. Open it. Open it. And that's the drawing you just made. Then click on Planning Trajectory. Next, select the single path trajectory. Here is a lead wire value need to be set. Value 3 means the lead wire length is 3 millimeters. That means start cutting 3 millimeters from the outside of this material. You can also casually enter it. If your material isn't flat, you can enter a bit more, for example 10. Cut from here or cut from here. Let's say we cut from here. Click this point once and then click the left button. Then right-click the mouse. Then the length of the black line is the lead wire. Length of 3 millimeters. Move the lead V. Align it as a straight line. After drawing a straight line, right-click the mouse. Click the cutting direction of the green arrow. Cut it like this means cut downwards. If you click here, it will cut this way. For example, cut from the side. Click the green arrow here. Click the left mouse button. Now this is the compensation direction. Compensation direction is always outward, if you choose the outer side. Click on the green arrow and extend it outward. Green arrow. Then click Corner Setting. Length of corner extension line is 0.02 millimeter. Usually it can be set as 0.02 or 0.03 millimeter. No need to be larger. For example, I'll explain what this means. Then click on the top left corner. Then make the first cut and select all. Pay attention to each corner. There's a small circle that turns red when clicked. It turns blue. Turns blue, then click Done. Then click Parameters. This compensation value This value is based on the diameter of the cutting wire. For example, if you are using cutting wire with diameter 0.8 millimeter, if it's cut to small, you just need to increase slightly to achieve the desired size. If it's too big, just adjust it smaller. Oh, these don't need to be configured. Here is wheel rotation speed. Set it to 4th gear. The ones below are unused. The highest is 4th gear, controls the spinning speed of the machine wheel, then the processing speed. How many micrometers per second? The value 50 means processing speed is 50 per second. This value means at the corner at each straight corner. Pause for 60 seconds. This parameter need to be changed according to the cutting height. 400500600 are all acceptable. Then click OK to set them. Then click Finish. Then click Plan Completed. So this is the plant trajectory. Then select the current shape. Now you can zoom in on the corners of this graph. Just now we set a corner setting were shown right here. We set the length of corner extension line is 0.02 millimeter. It means the cutting path will be 0.02 millimeter beyond the corner. Cut 0.02 millimeter forward, then come back to make sure this corner is a right angle. If the cut path start from here, where should we align the cutting wire? The cutting wire should align with this position. If you cut from this corner, cut from this lower corner. It's cutting at this spot, enter from here. Calculate the distance, come over from here is 50 millimeters. If you cut like this, cut from this point. Then cut in this direction from here. This is the external direction. If you cut from this side or cut from this side, then the knife aligns here. This is the other side of X, if you will. If you cut from this side, the knife will be aligned this side of X. After moving cutting wire to correct position, click here to start the wire. The button will turn green. After clicking Start, this coordinate will become 0 automatically. Here we have one-way slice and two-way slice. For one-way slice, use G1 coordinates. For two-way slice, use G2 coordinates. If we choose T1-way slice, we need to clear the coordinates first. Click G1 to clear the coordinates. Reset X to 0. Reset Y to 0. For profile cut, the coordinates is here and it will be set to 0 automatically. If you click Start, it will be reset to 0 automatically. And if you choose two-way slicing, its coordinate is shown as G2. Let's first talk about how to set G1. This means cutting along the x-axis for 150, which is cut length. The thickness usually is a negative value. For example, cut pieces with thicknesses like 3 millimeters, you should input -3 here. The third value is about compensating for the cutting wire. Compensate for a wire diameter between the first and second slice. Cutting speed, this means cutting wire moves at 50 millimeters per second. The cutting quantity. Corner value are similar with profile cut. Just leave it at 20 without any changes. Now this is gray. Be sure to turn off the handwheel. We turn handwheel to off. Then the buttons turn to blue. The coordinates must all reset to 0. Click here to reset them. The machine tool will move once you click the reset button. It will move to this coordinate. For example, if there are values inside here. Return to 0 and the machine table will move. 0 it before cutting. Make sure to clear it by click them a few times. Then you can click Cut. Now let's set to way cut. Be sure to check if G2 coordinates are 0. If it's not, you need to reset them to 0. Double-click G2 and reset them to 0. Then click two-way cut. It becomes 0. And this cut in both directions, it looks like a S shape. Here has one extra value than one-way cut. It's called compensation on the side. For S-shape cut it goes this way. The paths are different, one goes this way. The other goes that way, we call it push cut and pull cut. Fill in here if there is a thickness different between this piece with that piece. Fill in as much as needed. The rest is the same. This area is for profile cut. They are basically useless. This button is similar to pressing this green button. It means make the cutting wire rotating. If you click forward, the cut path is in this direction. At this time, if you click backward, it will return. This is hardly needed. There is a continuous button. If you click it, it becomes a single segment from here to here. Then the cut process stop here. You need to right-click Start to continue. If you click this button to be continuous, it will continue to cut. Other buttons doesn't have much use.